Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat between me and you. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. You can talk amongst yourselves over in the live chat, the place you can come every day and have conversations with like-minded individuals about common interests. So feel free, ignore me if you want, turn off the volume if you want. Some people think my videos are a lot better to watch with the volume off, which I always take to mean that I'm pretty. But if you want to talk to me, though, that's why I'm here. If you want to ask me any question, suggest any topic, feel free to do so. If you want to challenge me on something, like you think I was wrong about something, I said something just incorrect about an item, or I have a philosophy that's different than yours, feel free to come in and challenge me on my opinions or my beliefs or my facts and do a little spank the yank. Let me know how you differ from me on your opinion, and we'll see who's right, who's wrong, if we can determine it. Before we get started, I always like to read, orders that we've received. Today we got 2 orders. Brian Huff, and he got some Bigfoot stuff. I was glad to see that sell because I don't usually sell the Bigfoot stuff. The Bigfoot stuff doesn't sell. The Monty Python stuff doesn't sell, like the Black Knight versus 10 millimeter here, where he says, "'Tisn't just a scratch. Please call 911 because he's been shot clean through with a 10 millimeter. There's also different calibers available for this shirt. So feel free to go over and get yourself something over there if you want. And buddy Angus Shepard got something else. He got the Armored Assault Possum shirt. So he's going to be rocking the Armored Assault Possum shirt. And Johnny Mandrick, what'd he get? He got the Weapons Are Our Religion shirt. That's a new one I just put up today. He bought the first one. Let me see if I can share this. Ooh, that's big. That's big. I don't want it to be that big. There we go. Here's the one he just bought. Let's see if I can get it to where it's a more manageable size here. Because I did a new design today for the Church of Phil people. You can buy it if you're already in the Church of Phil, or you can buy it and become a member of the Church of Phil. It is this one here, and it's got a picture of the one of the sacred carvings of Phil, one of the first proofs of his existence. And it is the Church of Phil, established 2023. Weapons are our religion. Mandalorians don't have the market capitalized on that. Other people can do that too. So if you follow Phil, he's very much a believer in defense and using whatever tools you need to give yourself the advantage. The fact that he's bigger than all of existence is kind of an advantage in itself. But he's also got his AR there, his Beretta 96, his Smith & Wesson 686 Plus. Or that might be a Smith & Wesson Model 29. I'm not sure. But either way, he is loaded to bear. That is available now over on my website. I don't know what the link to it is. I guess I could look and see. Hold on. Here's the link to it. I'll put a link to it in the chat in case anybody wants it. Boom, boom. There we go. But that's the newest one. And you can also get membership into the Church of Phil by buying it, which means you'll be featured on the scroll at the end of all my videos. And I just updated the scroll today with all the new people. There were 2. But they're updated now. All right. Now that I've read everything, let's get over here and see if there's any questions coming in. DM Fowl says, answering yesterday's question, my first 2 1911s are Kimber LWs. Kimbers are really, really, really good 1911s. A lot of people like to slam them, but they're awesome. Never Enough Ammo likes to slam them, but we all know he don't know nothing. He's a northerner now. And he's too good to show up for any of our chats. He thinks he's special. So we can't listen to him about Kimber. Eric M509 says P226 G17 or Beretta 92 is a fine gun for duty. Well, yes, you're absolutely right. He's not just saying that out of the blue. He is answering the question from our first portion of our chat tonight. So there's that. All right, I got to get over here and remember what day it is. We got Tim Fast Salami, or Fat Salami, depending on which one you want to call him. I think fast is probably more appropriate, but fat makes him happier, I think. I have no quarrel with John Heasley, just trying to make it interesting. Good. Take him down a peg. I hate to break it to you, but he was saying horrible things about you yesterday. In fact, he was saying horrible things about all of you. If I was you guys, I would not allow this guy to win the double super secret rock giveaway. I would go over and get myself an entry just to spite him. Because like I said, he was saying, oh my God, horrible things about you all yesterday and your mothers. I was like, don't bring people's mothers into this. And he's like, fuck their fat moms. But I was like, oh my. So let's get over here back to where we were. Dale Rickety also chimed in and said, I got nothing. He said, I got nothing. He's always got the tough questions for me, keeping me on my toes. Dale Rickety chimed in and said, for the memory of my grandfather, died at 91 years old. We had his memorial today. Grandma is really sad. Got to spend a lot of time with her from now on. Yes, when people pass and you lose a longtime partner, you really have to be able to rely on the rest of your family to fill that void in your life. Unless she's going to run out and get remarried. Maybe she's got a couple guys on the side. I don't know. That's what I always. Whenever we go out in public, I always get introduced as my first husband. So I'm assuming that there's going to be another one after me. But sorry about your grandpa. Although I bet you probably caused it somehow because you're evil. Yank, your SpewTube super chat is jacked up again. I sent you more emails of coppers who need a personal jail cell. I was watching the one right before I started. I was watching, which one was it? Oh, about the guy at the car wash who's got the back the blue stickers on his car, but then because an anonymous off-duty police officer says that he received, drugs from someone while he was washing his car because a guy he works with handed him a cigarette out the window. And then he got harassed and arrested and all this other stuff. And while he has his big back the blue stickers on his car, they don't give a fuck if you back the blue. You're not their friend. So fuck him. I was like, I almost feel like saying, well, you kind of got what you deserve. But then again, I'm like, no one deserves to be abused by the police. That was Officer Tater Hater, by the way. Kenneth Donaldson said, YouTube sucks. How about a 1911 Colt in 45 ACP? Well, if that's what you want to carry for duty, that's what you want to carry. If you think it's 1945, or 1941, actually. 45 would probably be a little better. If you think it's 1941, you go ahead and carry that. Oh, that was Kenneth Donaldson. Okay, Don. John Heasley chimed in again and said, I would want my SIG P226 in 40 Smith & Wesson. Yes, me too. John Mandrick also chimed in and said, number Johns for Phil. Oh, he's one of the Johns for Phil. I guess. That doesn't sound right. Makes you sound like a prostitute. Or feel like a prostitute. Oh, he's going to get you for that. He is going to get you for that. John Mandrick chimed in again. Maybe he realized what he said. I'm not sure that the Nacho Supreme Court is going to rule against magazines and assault rifle bans. Is there any way we can get Congress or the Orange off their asses to help? Well, getting Donald Trump to help is going to be next to impossible because his followers don't hold him accountable for anything. They don't actually hold him to task. So he can pretty much do what he wants or not do what he wants, and they're not going to care. If he showed up on their doorstep tomorrow and said, give me all your guns, I got a plan, I think they'd all give them to him. Those red hatters, I think they'd hand them right over because I don't think they really care about the issues or their rights. They just care about sticking it to the other side. And as long as the other side's unhappy, they don't care if they're getting anything. Where was I? State hats. What is your most comfortable carry piece? Most comfortable? Oh my God. The most comfortable was my Smith & Wesson 360 PD that I lost to the Popo. So I'd have to say probably the other 360 I have is going to be my most comfortable carry piece. It's almost as light, very small, very light. So very easy to carry. The Tomcat is also very light and easy to carry. And smaller than people think. People think it's fat. It's not fat. It's just fat because it's so small, you think it's fat. But when you actually like compare it to another gun or carry it, it's not fat. It's like how, it's easy to say you're well endowed as long as you don't ever see a big penis. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with those. It's just because it's short makes it look fat, like Mr. Fast Salami. But yeah, that would be the 360. All right, I think I'm all caught up on the supers. Nope. Jacoby Crows chimed in here. And he said, help me. Should I keep my 2.5-inch 686 plus or trade it in for a 44 Magnum Smith & Wesson 629 mountain gun, as it says on the side, for 800, used 8 out of 10? No, I wouldn't. That 2.5-inch 686 is an excellent carry gun. 7 rounds of 357 Magnum. That mountain gun's not as good a carry gun. It's a little thicker, a little heavier. You only have 6 rounds, although it is 44 Magnum. It's also more abusive to shoot. Unless I didn't have a 44 Magnum, I don't think I'd make that trade. Now, if you want to go buy one, I would say go buy one. The new ones that doesn't have lock, they make them now. But I would make that trade. No, the 2.5-inch is just too nice, too useful. Where are we at? Do I got any emails to show? Let me make sure I don't got any emails. Oh, nope, I do have some emails. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, let me share these emails here real quick. This is why I need a producer so I can edit out all the dead air. We got one from Go Shadow. He said, another gun, Walther P1, manufactured February 1964 with issued holster. Those are kind of cool. I've always liked those. The precursors of some of my favorite guns. It's got another one here, another email here. This is from State Hats. Right. He's showing his loadout here. Well, that's very organized. Do people still wear watches? Is that a nice watch? I don't know. I don't know anything about watches. You could tell me that's a $10,000 watch, and I'd believe you. And then he's got his Wilson Combat P320, looks like. Save the 40s. Yes. Are you a member of Save the 40s? If you're not, you better go over and get your hat, or else I'm going to sue you for copyright infringement. Because you're not a member, you ain't got the right to use that. All right, let's go make sure we're all caught up on the supers. We are, and we're caught up over here. So let's see if there's anything coming into the actual live chat. I've made a payment on Thursday and had bank not process it till following Monday. It can happen. Now, of course, now if you're overdrafting, they'll get it through right that day. But if it's on them, they don't care. It was only 2 options, so I picked one day. Not everybody else's fault they didn't follow the rules and wanted to get by with as little as possible. Mikey D is mean. He's very, very mean. I don't know if anybody knows that, but you look at his icon, you can tell he's mean. He's mean. He got a lot of anger, a lot of built up rage. And he doesn't hold it in. I mean, he lets it out on people all the time. He's not like he's only that way because he holds in his anger. No, he's just got an endless supply of it. Phil Stimmel. Interested in a Ruger Security 6 3-inch blued hoe grips, not sure on the date, trying to get an idea of what it's worth. Has holster wear, but it was a friend's grandpa, and he said he would make me a deal. Oh, well, tell him you'll give him $500 for it then. That's a good deal. I would think. I mean, if it's got finish wear, that takes a lot of value off of it. So, tell him $500, maybe even tell him $450. The new fill designs need magnets and cups. It will have magnets and cups. I just made it today. So I just finished it up today and put it up on Patreon for people to give it the thumbs up or thumbs down, proofread it. And then I made a shirt before the chat started. That's all we've done with it. I'm thin and always concerned about printing. Well, stop it. Don't be concerned. People ain't looking at you, especially not your skinny ass. Nobody wants to look at your bony ass, and nobody's paying attention. Trust me. Just carry, cover, and don't worry about it. As long as it's covered. Even if people can see a bump under your shirt or a poke it out thing or whatever. What do they know? You might have a morphine pack. You might have a colostomy bag. You might be carrying an electrician's pack on your belt. It could be all kinds of things. And then, like I said, and that's people would only wonder that if they were actually looking at your skinny ass and wondering, and they're not. So don't worry about it. There's a viral video of an Officer Tatum attacking some Antifa protesters on the campus of UC Davis. I don't think I've seen that one, but I don't watch Officer Tater. So the owner of a Camping World in Tennessee was told to take down. We've already had that in here. Someone else mentioned that already. It's too big. There's regulations on flag sizes and stuff, especially like if it's right next to the highway and stuff. If breaks loose, blows onto the highway, covers some cars. Yeah, we had that happen in Tigard. There's a big old flag over there on the Harley Davidson shop. It broke off its pole one day, landed on a semi truck, and he ran into 2 cars. I don't think anybody was seriously hurt, but that was not a good thing to happen. And when they get real big, they're more likely to break loose and cause trouble. So if they're near any place where they can do damage, there's reasons there's limits on how big they can be. Would you want to make a video on the top 5 best dad guns and mom guns? Well, I would if I knew what the fuck a dad gun was or a mom gun. Do mom guns have to have the ability to have babies? They have to have a Y chromosome? I don't know what makes a mom and a dad gun. At a track meet in Frisco, Texas, a 17-year-old sprinter stabbed his 16-year-old opponent to death. Always carry. Yes, I actually saw that. Someone mentioned it in the chat yesterday, and then I saw a story on it. Apparently, there was more to it than I saw. It wasn't just like he lost a race and got upset and stabbed a guy. The guy was apparently harassing and threatening him the whole day. And according to witnesses, he told the guy he tried to get away from the guy 3 times and told him to leave him alone. And then the 4th time the guy came over and started harassing him, he pulled the knife out and stabbed him. So not as clear cut as it first sounded. I don't condone stabbing people just because they're a physical threat to you, unless they're a serious physical threat. But I also don't say everyone's got to fight. Maybe you got a condition where you can't fight, or you're going to get hurt, or something that might not kill somebody else might kill you because of something you've got. So I have to see more on it before I make any real informed decisions. That makes it looks like I'm all caught up with the questions. Let me see if we got any more super chats, or are we done? We got a couple more super chats came in. Paul Bidenbach said, "Hail Phil, what is missing on the wall?" Nothing. There's nothing missing on the wall. Every spot is filled. What was he talking about? The green gun that I'm shipping off to John Heasley this coming week is taking the spot where my 360 PD used to be. And it'll probably be a while before I have anything to fill that spot. Although my credit card is now paid off. So guess who's going to the gun shop on Tuesday? Guess who's going to the gun shop on Tuesday? And I'll probably mail John Heasley's gun when I do it. Hopefully I'll be able to get it engraved tomorrow. Hopefully I can stop doing this because this is stupid. Don't know why I started doing that. But no, nothing's missing on the wall. Not that I know of. Not even up here. What? Oh, somebody's outside. Django is on full alert and giving a little whimper. And then John Heasley weighed in again here, and let's see what he said. I'm really trying hard to make you mad. You don't got to try hard. You're good at it. The only people who are bad at things got to try hard at it. Next tool I've been trying to get for vanished at FedEx Oakland. Oh, vanished at FedEx Oakland Club. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's something for a lathe or something, looks like. But here's what he showed me. Share screen, a Winder. Boom. Looks like something for working metal. Next tool we've been trying to get. Looks expensive too because there's a lot of metal in it. All right, let's see. Do we got any more questions coming in, or are we done for today? Let's see. I don't see anything over here. We're all caught up over here. Let's see if anything came in last minute in the live chat. I prefer magnets because I don't want a bunch of shirts I'm not going to wear. Well, wear the shirts. What the fuck's wrong with you? I wear them. Or you think you're too good for the shirts? You think they're okay for you, but I'm too good for me. I'm too good for them. You know, is that your position there? Okay. We see how you are. Protester on a megaphone at UC Davis shouted, "Cops kill 90,000 black people in the U.S. every year. That's such a wildly inaccurate figure." I don't think you're allowed to attack people because their math is bad, though. If that's true, there'll be a lot of people getting attacked. So winners announced Sunday or Monday now. Looks like it's Monday. So you don't get your way, mean old man. Everybody outvoted you. In fact, it ended up not being that close in the end. It was like, was it 43 to 57 or something? It was 50-50 when I first looked over there. But the kinder-hearted people won out in the end, and the old meanies got beaten back. Eric M509 says, "Are you ready to buy Model 36 Classic?" I think that's probably what will eventually fill that spot. I'm hoping. I haven't seen one in the wild yet, but I'm hoping that's what will eventually fill that spot. Although right now I'm still lovelorn over that 24 karat gold Python. I'm heartbroken that I can't have that. I really feel like such a loser. I couldn't convince either of my kids to sell a kidney, and they're both over 18 now, so I got to get their approval first. So wasn't working. If you keep singing, maybe you could become a part-time kindergarten teacher. Oh, I would not want to teach kindergarten. When I did my student teaching, I did kindergarten for 2 weeks. Also, we did a summer art camp, and I taught in the kindergarten level as an assistant teacher when I was getting my degree. And no, they're so cute. They're so cute. But occasionally you want to pick them up by the ankles and just swing them around and slam them into a wall or something because they're so annoying. And they're little snot boxes. There's snot on everything. They're covered with snot, and it's not just their snot. It'd be one thing if they were all covered with their own snot, but they're covered with each other's snot. It's just gross. No way do I want to teach kindergarten. I ended up getting a permanent position in the 4th grade, and That was a no-no too. Shortly into that appointment, went to the principal's office. I've told this story before, and I said, you know what? I don't think this is the career for me. I'm not going to continue down this path. I'm done. And he's like, well, you're not coming back next year? We were hoping you'd come back next year. I was like, well, you're not listening. I'm not coming back tomorrow, much less next year. And this was only a couple months into the school year. So, yeah, it was not for me. Kindergartners, because they're little disease-carrying snot boxes. Fourth graders, because they're evil. Not fourth grade boys. Fourth grade boys are fine. You're a man. They're a little boy. They see you as something they want to be someday. And they also see you as something that could crush them if they pissed you off. Like you could just bash them. Little girls know that they're untouchable. And they see you as their father that they're mad at. And they're little bitches to you all the time. They take out all their anger on you because, they know you can't do anything. You're a man. You can't touch me. Blah, blah, blah. And I had this little girl in class who was just always doing whatever she wanted to fucking do. I was warned she was trouble. And she would always get up, just wander around class when we were trying to do stuff. And I was like, you need to sit down. And she's like, my daddy's a lawyer. And he says we have the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, if you don't sit down right now, you're going to wish your daddy was a proctologist because you're going to need one to get that chair out of your ass. And then that was the night I went to the principal and said, I ain't coming back or I'm going to kill one of these kids. My credit card was paid off now, a Python on it. Well, see, if you're going to charge up your credit card, that's what you need to do, though. Ain't nothing better than a Python on your credit card. Do you need my phone number for the zombie gun? I might, actually. I'll have you send it to me. One attorney is already proposing amnesty for Tesla vandalizers because so many of these perps have been caught and locked up. I don't think there's that really a big problem with it. I think that's an overblown media thing. I haven't known anybody yet that went to jail for vandalizing a Tesla. And I got some shady friends. Or associates, I guess I should say. The other wall. What other wall? Oh, there is something missing right there. It's the Punisher, the Sig Sauer 1911 with the Punisher grips on it. That's gone because Cade took it down and he's shooting it today. Actually, he's done shooting, so it's probably sitting in there in the bag waiting for me to clean it. Because he does not clean his guns. I heard you don't need to clean them every time I'm like, I don't care what you fucking heard. In this house, we clean guns every time you shoot them. It's the way we do it here. I don't care. I want to hear what your friends do or what people on the internet do. They're all dumbasses. Here, we clean guns after every use. That's just the way it is. There's an open spot in your 1911. Well, I saw it now. Okay, I saw what y'all were talking about. Looks like that's it for the questions for today. Are we out? So last call for questions. Anybody's got a question they want to get it in now because we are just about done. Make sure there's nothing over here I've missed. Nope. John Heasley was the last one. We end with John Heasley. Nothing over here email wise. Don't see anybody sending me anything. I got that one from Hats or State Hats or whatever. Everything's covered over there. Everything's covered over here. Your son has the audacity to argue with a self-proclaimed internet gun expert. He doesn't know no better. This generation is. Fireworks used to be illegal in most states. I think they still are illegal in most states. In fact, they've just become illegal in like Vancouver. And I know a lot of places, there's some counties in West Virginia that have outlawed them now, according to my cousin. So, yeah, I don't think they're legal everywhere. All right, that looks like that's going to do it for us for today. I want to say thanks to everybody who showed up today. Thanks to everybody who put questions in to keep the conversation rolling, people who suggested topics, people who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, anybody who went over and bought merchandise, supported the TYMP. Thank you very much. If you want to become a full-time member, you can go over to tympistolproject.com, join up over there, do anything you want, become a Patreon member, subscribe, star member. You can't do anything you want, but you can do a lot of stuff. There's a link there to go buy merchandise, etc. So feel free to help support the cause if you feel like it and you like the entertainment, you like having a place to come and chat. I will see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.